everybody, how's it going? It's me, Krendor, and welcome to Warhammer painting. We've done it. We're finally making a painting video. So I'm gonna paint a bit of the Bloodpelt Hunter today. I actually got this model from Games Workshop. Thank you to Games Workshop for sending me this model early. Looks fantastic. I also got the book early, which is also fantastic. I've actually been going all out with ogres. It's Big Ogre Autumn. Unlike Hot Rat Summer, we've progressed into Big Ogre Autumn. You know, a little bit wackier and wilder than Hot Rat Summer. Actually, I don't know, Hot Rat Summer was pretty wacky wild, but Big Ogre Autumn is a little more, you know, you've started to harvest all your crops and food and engulf them to hibernate for the winter, as you can see with the gut busting and the ogre. I'm running out of words. So let's paint them up a bit. I just reorganized my painting area as well, so that's nice. So it should be good. So what do I want to do? I think we'll start with the skin. I usually like doing contrast paint for the skin because I'm kind of lazy. So I've got Fire Slayer flesh, Dark Oath flesh, Skeleton Horde maybe? I got Guilliman flesh. Guilliman flesh or Dark Oath flesh? I'm gonna have to shake them first because... Also, this is Rise of Nations music in the background. Everyone always asks. There we go. Shake it up. Alright, so taking a look. I kind of like the Dark Oath flesh. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go Guilliman flesh. Because I think having a not as dark flesh is gonna help the crossbow pop a bit more. By the way, ogre with a crossbow, how can I say no to that? Alright. So, what brush do I want to use here? That's also a good question. Let's go with this one. It might be a little too big. I'm gonna go... This one's a small layer brush. Will this be any good? This might be good. It's not big enough. This is like the thing with the porridge. Like, this bowl was too small. This bowl was too big. This brush was just right, except it wasn't. That brush is not what I wanted. You know what? I might just go with that brush. Actually, how's this brush? It's too... I can't find any good brushes here. Okay, let's just, this one will be fine. Actually, hold on. Maybe it won't. Let's see. You know what? Nah, this will be fine. Also, where's my paper towels? This is what happens when you reorganize, everybody. Can't find anything. Alright, here we go. Got our towels. Put one here. Put one under the wet palette. Like so. Headphones. Alright. This one should be fine. Yeah, this is good. Okay. So, I got my handy dandy don't spill your paint thingy, so you can't knock it over. Which I was like, I don't know if I want that. And then after knocking over a decent amount of paint, so I was like, you know what? It's a good investment. All right, so it's been really fun just building a lot, because that's really what I've just been doing for the, I don't know, for a decent amount of time at this point, is just building. I built Tzeentch, I built a bunch of ogres, Beastclaw Raiders specifically. I built, obviously, a ton of rats. And then just kind of some random stuff here and there too, but I'm starting to get to that point where I'm like, man, I need to start painting again. Usually, I think I like building in the summer for some reason, and painting, oh god. Can I get this before it starts smudging? I did. Okay, good. I don't know why. I think part of it's because I know you can prime well in the summer. You know what I mean? Once it hits winter, priming gets a lot more difficult, so I like to build as much as I can. And then from there, I'm like, I got a stockpile. I'm essentially like the squirrels, you know what I mean? Squirrel, like stockpiling, instead of nuts, I'm stockpiling primed models. Plus, who knows, I might get a bunch of new stuff that comes out. Maybe new Seraphon will come out. There's the new chameleon skinks coming out. That's gonna be really cool. I like those a lot. I'm hoping this all leads to the Seraphon model refresh. The range refresh, that'd be pretty cool. Maybe a new book coming in early 2023, that'd be pretty sick. I actually really do want a new book. The current book's pretty good, but I played it the other day against somebody, and like, you can feel the 2.0 inside of it, you know what I mean? Like, when I play something like the new books, like Nurgle, or I play Skaven or something, and then you go back to play Seraphon, you're like, yeah, I don't know, certain things just feel old. So I'm kind of excited for whenever they get a new book. I'm not gonna lie, I really, oh god, I gave him a back tattoo. That's not ideal. Okay, it worked out. I've mentioned it in videos too, but like there's certain things that I really want to get new books. I would put Beast of Chaos at the top of my list. Beast of Chaos have been one of my favorite factions since I got into Warhammer 3 years ago. And they've had the same book for all those 3 years. And I've watched Lumineth get 3 books in that time span. And I'm like, dude, please, can Beast of Chaos get 1 book? Just 1 book. That's all we want. Right? I don't even need a model refresh, right? I've already built all the shitty old models. Can I just... Can I please just get an updated book? Like, you read some of these rules in the new books, and it's so good. It's like, oh, like, when you charge, your 6s do mortal wounds, and like, oh, but on a 4-up if you got a monster, and then it's like, oh, if you're near your general, he can do like 20 mortal wounds. And then you go read Beast of Chaos, and it's like, if it's like the most intricate command traits and artifacts. It's like, if you are on turn 3, once per battle, you can make it so if you're wholly within 6 of a Doom Bowl, you can get +1 bravery. Like, it's so stupid. I'm like, dude, can we get some updated things? The worst part is Beasts of Chaos are actually good. But maybe that's good, because it'll make them make the book faster, you know what I mean? Like, now they're broken. Because they just buffed the Herdstone. But, like, I don't like that either, because all people do is run Dragon Ogres. Like, I don't want to run Dragon Ogres. I want to run, like, the actual monsters, like Cygors and Gorgons and stuff like that. And Bestigors, like the actual beasts, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to run Dragon Ogres. I don't mind running Dragon Ogres, but I don't want to just run Dragon Ogres and Bulgors. It's boring. I want variety. Anyway. I also hope they had like Tarox or something. I think that'd be really cool. Okay. Anyway. I think they need a book. Obviously the Seraphon, but they could still wait a bit. I think OBR, the Ossiarch Bone Reapers, desperately need a book. Like, their stuff doesn't even work, man. That doesn't work. They just need that. They need some new units too. For some reason, like, OBR was this really cool new death faction, and everyone's like, oh, they're really cool. And then they just stopped getting updates. Maybe it was because of the, you know, COVID and everything, but man. Lumineth's gotten 3 books already from that. You know what I mean? Uh-oh. And they just... I hope they get like an archery unit and then like a chariot or like a big skeleton monster or something. They just need stuff in a book, and I hope they get it next year. That would be really cool. Gloomspite gets. God, they need help. I was really hoping they'd get a book instead of Sons of Behemat, but whatever. I'm sure they'll get one soon. Right? And, let's see. Oh, yeah. It's looking pretty good. Skin colors coming together. And then, yeah, I get his head. The other one that really needs a Battletome is, even though I don't play them, Khorne. Khorne really needs a Battletome, like real bad. I think they're older than Beast of Chaos. I think they're as old or older than Beast of Chaos. Like, they're about on the same tier. Which is a problem. I don't even know where this guy's straps are. I'm just gonna paint it all. Like, this paint's so light, you can just paint over it with whatever, so it's not that bad. Either way, there's a decent amount of stuff that needs new Battletomes and models, but, you know, I'm sure it's coming. A whole bunch of, you know, factions got updates this year, so I think now that the shortages and everything are kind of easing up, I think probably won't be too long. Honestly, I'm just gonna paint over it. And I can just paint over the straps later. I think it's easier. I think it's easier. Okay. There we go. Alright. Cool. Look at that. Now, I like that. That's a good skin color. I'm glad I picked this one. There we go. Look at that. Just from some nice contrast paint. I love contrast paint, man. It's so good. It makes painting so easy. A lot of the stuff that you don't really want to spend a lot of time on. Like, battle line units. Chaff units. And just, like, even things like skin, or things you're just, like, or, like fur, or scales. Like, things that it can kind of sink into the crevices of. Like, it's so good. Alright, so. Now I need to figure out what I mean, the crossbow, I'm just gonna do wildwood. It's just easy. It looks good. Why not? I just love painting with contrast paint. Like, I'm not a big airbrush person. Number one, I don't like the airbrush look. It always looks a little comic book cartoony to me, if that makes sense. I don't know, I just don't like the style of it. Plus, I just don't like having to have this whole setup of, like, you gotta have your airbrush, you gotta have your ventilator system, you gotta, I don't know. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like, when I'm painting, I just like chilling out, you know? I just want to kind of chill here and just kind of, I think that's why I like manually painting. Like, I get why people airbrush. I don't think it's bad per se. I think it's just not for me, you know? Alrighty. Honestly, contrast paints are the most me paints. 100%. Okay. Get in here. There's a bunch of stuff I would never even paint if I didn't have contrast paint. Like, straight up. Even Nurgle, like, just using my, just using a Zenithal Prime and then going over it with contrast, it looks so good. It just shades itself, like, it's amazing. Nurgle's probably one of the easier things to paint. There we go. Okay. A bit out there. I can't believe Rise of Nations is like 20 years old now. Getting old is weird. Alright, here we go. It really is crazy. Like, you just... Getting old, it's like... things feel not that long ago, but they also feel like they're a long time ago. You know what? Isn't it weird? Because you're like, oh man, I remember that thing like it was yesterday. But then you're like, actually, you know what? It does feel like it was 20 years ago. So no, it's an odd thing. Time perception. There we go. I was thinking, because like our Cox and Krendor podcast is gonna be doing, we're gonna be hitting our 10-year anniversary for that. I'm gonna be with Toaster Woman for 10 years now, in about a month. We've only been married 2 years, but we're together for 8 years before that. So it's just crazy, like, going back in time. And at the same time, you think of it, and there's, like, older people that are, like... They're, like, what, like 70 10 years ago, and now they're 80, and they're like, ah, yeah, I remember being 70. So, like, to them, it's like, you, like, look at that, and you're like, oh, wow. Right? Like, when you think of it from that perspective. But going from, like, 10 to 20, or 20 to 30, or 30 to 40, they feel like such massive leaps. But even, like, when you get older, it feels like everything's not as big of a leap, per se. You know what I mean? It's like you just slowly start degrading. We all just become Nurgle. Alright, here we go. God, I'm getting it on the thing. Actually, I'm gonna quickly dry this off and then... Quickly dry this off again. Hold on. Alright, that's good enough. Alright. Oh boy. That's one of the nice things about Warhammer, right? Is like, I've been able to go back and kind of have that nostalgia while also creating new nostalgia, right? Because initially you go back, you're like, oh man, I kind of want to relive that Warhammer nostalgia as a kid, right? But then you realize, like, wow, now I have the ability to, like, actually paint and, like, think about what I'm doing, and I have money so I can do crazy stuff, like super terrain, and, you know, go all out. Well, back then, you don't have anything. And I'm able to, like, even play the game now, which has been great. Just being able to get super into actually playing the game and playing against other people has been really fun. In fact, that's how I've gotten a lot of my socializing in real life, is just playing at my local game store against, you know, a bunch of different people. And it's been really cool. Uh-oh. Alright. Okay. It's taking forever to paint this crossbow. Oh, you can't even see it. I like went up to look at the screen. I was like, oh yeah, you can't even see what I'm doing. There we go. Alright. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. I think the other thing you realize is, like, when you're a kid, and you're like growing up. It's the Simpsons quote where like you're like, I'm gonna be cool forever, and then he's like, the things I used to be with it, and they changed what it was. And you're just like, no way, man. We're gonna keep on rocking forever, forever, forever. And sure enough, you slowly see it happen. You're just like, dude, I don't get it. What are the kids doing these days? I don't understand. Even in the gaming culture. Alright. Here we go. Alright, you're not gonna be able to see this, but I can't show it off really. Okay, good. I can... Oh, can I... Oh god, I hit the thing. Oh, okay, we're still good. We're still good. Wait. Wait. But overall, when I think about it as a 33-year-old, I'm actually really happy with the year I grew up in. You know what I mean? Or like the years I grew up in. You know, does that make sense? You know, some people are always like, oh man, I wish I could have grew up in the 80s, or I wish I could have grew up in the 90s, or the 2000s, or the 70s, or whatever. Like, I loved growing up in the 90s, early 2000s, and then, you know, being in my 20s in the 2010s, essentially. Like, I felt like this was what I was born for, you know what I mean? Like, the perfect time. I had to change my brush. Here we go. Because, you know, I felt like the 90s were fun because we got to kind of have fun without the internet. You know, just feel what it's like to be a kid without smartphones and everything. But you still had video games, right? You had like you had Prime Video, like Nintendo 64, the PlayStation, PS2. You didn't have any battle passes and stuff yet. Ooh. There we go. Oh, can I get in here? A little bit. Yep. There we go. Now I gotta get a little bit of this off his arm. There we go. All right. And then early 2000s, you know, I hit the perfect time where like I was in 7th and 8th grade where it was like we just had like flip phones, you know what I mean? We didn't have smartphones, but it was still nice. You know, you had AOL Instant Messenger. So like the internet was just starting to get big, but not too big, right? And then, you know, 2004, I go into high school. World of Warcraft comes out. Dude, best thing that could have happened to me for going into high school. And really up to now, without that, I don't know if I'd be here right now. So, I mean, that sparked my whole YouTube channel and everything. How's this look? Yeah, it looks pretty good, you know. Obviously, I'll dry brush it and highlight it and everything, but, you know, for some standard base paint, it's pretty solid. I almost want to paint this dragon head like a... one of those new Mantis Warrior green, I think would be really good. That or Gut Rip of Flesh. I'm gonna check both. I'm gonna paint... We'll see. Yeah, then being able to play WoW and not do homework or be in school, that was great. And then, you know, being able to get into YouTube really early on, like back in 2009, before people had, you know, smartphones really, and didn't know how to make videos and looked at you like you're insane if you said you made YouTube videos or did anything like vlogging in public. So, I'm happy with how it all turned out. Shake it. Great. This needs one a little more. Alright. Go back to this one. So we're gonna do man, or no, this is the Gut Rip of Flesh. I want to see how this looks on the dragon. If I don't like it, I can paint a different green over it. So far, I think it looks pretty good. Hold on, I'll show it up close here in a second. Okay. Let's go a little more. Obviously, I'm gonna have to touch some stuff up after, like painting his teeth white again and all that, but this will be good for now. Let's get underneath. Get up here. Okay. Actually, yeah, this looks great. Hold on, I gotta clean this off a tiny bit. I'm gonna use this brush to just get this tiny little spot I couldn't get to this way. There we go. Here, look at this. Whoa, whoa. Look at that. I think that's a nice green. Look at that. Get some good shadowing in there. Is there too much in the eye? No, it's kind of just settling in there. Yeah, I think it looks good. I like it because it contrasts really well with the skin and the crossbow. Kind of just stands out. And then obviously, you know, I'll paint the teeth white and kind of dry brush those scales like an even brighter green color, like a pale green, but I like that a lot. Dude, gut rip of flesh. I love this green. The new contrast paint's been fantastic. Okay. I can even like paint over those scales with like a darker green if I wanted, but like the Mantis Warrior green, but I think it looks fine. I kind of like that. All right. Then we have his wraps, all these wraps. I kind of like painting wraps just like with a Nuln oil. It's usually the easiest thing to do. You can see how it looks. Yeah, I'm just gonna try that. Where's my Nuln oil? Here we go. Shake it. And if it doesn't look good enough, you just use something else. Alright. Nuln oil. Here we go. Let's see how it looks on these. It's looking good. Uh-oh. Got some on his foot. As long as I don't let it settle, be alright. Go back and don't let it pool and everything. I mean, if any oil is gonna get spilled, it's Nuln oil. It's not that bad. It's just, you know, free shading, essentially. Alright, let me soak some of that back up. I get under here a little bit. There we go. A little more. Okay. Alright, that's not bad. There, you can see his leg. That's a pretty solid wrap. You can't, it almost looks like normal paint. The only issue is kind of down here. I've got like skin color blending in with the paint, so I might have to like retouch that, but you know, that's a issue for a different day. Listen, if he's on the board like that, you know, whatever. Nobody's gonna be like, I see that you messed up right here. And if they do, they're a nerd. Okay. There we go. There you go. Most people I've ran into are really cool. And by most people, I mean like the vast majority. So it's been really nice meeting a lot of cool people. Alright. Yeah. Not a lot of sweaty people, which has been good. Actually. Get back in here. Be a tiny bit more. Uh-oh. Got it on the base. Okay. Very nice. A little bit underneath. A little more there. I don't know what color I'm gonna make his pants yet. Then let's put some on these. Good. I'll let it drip on down. And I might need a little more. A little underneath. Good. Should I do it for these other wrappings, or maybe they should be... Nah, I'll be fine. So the rope I'm probably going to cover with like an Agros Dunes. Or something. We'll do that. Okay. Uh-oh. Clear that up. Nice. And is that wrapping or a thing? I'll just paint it, whatever. I think it is. Might just be a slightly over-primed wrapping part. I think it's fine. Or like a metal piece? Either way, it doesn't matter. It kind of just blends in with it. Good. And... anything else? In terms of wrappings? I don't think so. There's his face, but I'm gonna have to like manually do that because it's already painted over. And I'm probably gonna have to use normal paint, layer paint for that one, just to, you know, because it's already kind of shaded in with the skin color, so I'm gonna have to like slowly go over each one with like a super sharply pointed brush. Let's use Agros Dunes here. Get that rope. Here it is. Also, probably gonna paint another couple minutes here because I gotta go do some live streaming because I'm gonna be doing a Cox and Crendor movie night. Jesse, we haven't done one in a while. If you don't know who that is, or you literally found me just for Warhammer, it's just a person I've done videos and live streams. I do a podcast with. Pretty much it. And if you do know, then you're like, hey, all right, here we go. Looking good. There we are. little bit. Not on the shield. Woo! It always feels like I'm doing surgery. This is probably the closest I'm gonna get to doing surgery. All right. It's good enough. It's got a little bit. I accidentally got in his arm. I'm just gonna. There we go. Cool. Nice. Alright, here he's up close. You know, kind of just slowly, piece by piece. We're getting there. He's got a lot more to get done, but... You know. He's doing alright. Doing pretty alright so far. I don't know what color I want to make the shield thing. I don't know what color I'll make his horns. What if I just did skeleton horde on him? Probably look alright. And skeleton hordes are really light beige brown, so I mean, that's another one. If I don't like it, I can just paint over it easily. That's the nice part about contrast. Usually, that's what I like to do, is like contrast, and then I'll be like, I don't like that, and I'll paint over it with normal paint if I don't like it, or paint over it with like a darker contrast or something. So that is pretty nice. There we go. A little more. Oh, yeah. Move it around a bit. Oh god, that's a lot. Okay, hold on. I gotta soak this up. A little too much over there. Okay, that's a little better. And on the back. He's got this thing on his head. I don't even know. Whatever. I'm probably gonna. That looks okay. If I don't like it, or I might even like some of these parts to look more bony, I'll probably use like a Morghast bone or a Wraith bone instead. That might be the play. But for now, that'll dry and it'll look alright. You know, good enough. Good enough for now. Obviously it's got to dry, it's still all settling in. Alright. Okay. Let's see. And he's also got these spears. You can only really see that part. I'm gonna paint these part with wildwood, just cause you don't really see them on the other side, so I can contemplating using a different wood color. I could use like a Gargak sewer. But maybe it'd be good just to help tie together different, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna use wildwood, screw it. It'll be fine. Oh god. Quickly clean this up a bit. Alright. Not cleaning up great. not cleaning up great. God, I'm gonna use a different, harder brush. There we go. As long as I can get a decent amount up. There we go. Now it's light enough that I just paint over it pretty easily. Although I did kind of mess up the wood part again a bit. Oh, I'm gonna go back in here. There we go. Let me get some underneath. All right. Then come back this way. It's kind of get all that in there. And get a little more. All right. You know what? Maybe the stick above is what I'll use the Gargax sewer for. That's a play. That's a play. I like it. Here we go. Busting out the Gargax. And getting it on my hand. Alright, here we go. Whoop. So then for this one. Very nice. There we go, just a slightly different shade of brown. Help differentiate between the two spears in the back. There we are. There we go. And nice. All right, I'll be good enough there. Let that dry. Okay, that's probably where I'm gonna stop. So let me go ahead and show what we got here. Well, not touching anything. Here we are. Slowly coming together. You can see these spears in the back. See how one's more like a darker wood, and then the up top one's more like a cherry wood or something. I like that. You know, it's like obviously they're the same in terms of like a really dark brown, but like that slight differential, especially because I think the cherry wood is on top, so it's probably getting hit more with sunlight. So I think that's nice having it pop a bit more from that. Let's see. It's like a tiny little spot. Looks like it's unpainted. Or is that an illusion? All right, hold on. That's bothering me. Let me just... A little bit. There it is. Okay, and if that's not fixed, then I'm crazy. All right, well, that's him. Hopefully you enjoyed watching me paint. Hey, you know what? It's been a while since I've actually painted on this channel for a video, so let me know what you painted during this video or any other things you're doing. What are you working on currently? What are you building? What are you painting? What are you playing? What are you looking forward to? Let me know down in the comments section below. Are you looking forward to the new Ogres? Because I sure am. And yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you next time. Okay? Okay. See you. I had to go turn this off over here.